Aurobindo Darshan. This is an account by Nirodbaran. References: Memorable Contacts with the Mother by Nirodbaran, Mira Trust, 1991, pages 1 to 5. First contact. It was in the first week of January 1930. At about 3 p.m., I reached Dilip Kumar Roy's place. "Oh, you have come. Let us go," he said. And cutting a rose from his terrace garden, he added, "Offer this to the mother." When we arrived at the ashram, he left me at the present reading room, saying, "Wait here." My heart was beating nervously as if I were going to face an examination. A stately chair in the middle of the room attracted momentarily my attention. In a short while, the mother came, accompanied by Nolini, Amrita, and Dilip. She took her seat in the chair. The others stood by her side. I was dazzled by the sight. Was it a visionary gleam or a reality? Nothing like it had I seen before. Her fair complexion, set off by a finely colored sari and a headband, gave me the impression of a goddess, such as we see in pictures or in the idols during the Durga Puja festival. She was all smiles and redolent with grace. I suppose this was the Mahalakshmi smile. Sri Aurobindo had spoken of his book, The Mother. She bathed me in the cascade of her smile and heart-melting look. I stood before her, shy and speechless, made more so by the presence of the others who were enjoying the silent, sweet spectacle. Minutes passed. Then I offered into her hand my rose and did my pranam at her feet, which had gold anklets on them. She stopped and blessed me. On standing up, I got again the same enchanting smile, like moonbeams from a magic sky. After a time, she said to the others, "He is very shy." She had been informed that I had taken a degree in medicine. "When are you going, and where do you intend to practice?" she asked me softly. I found my voice and replied that I would settle down in my native town. It was an impromptu answer, for I had not made up my mind at all. She approved and said, "Yes, that would be good." Then I did a second pranam and we came away. All the way home, I was in a trance-like condition, wrapped in that beatific vision. The mother's radiant look and smile, mingled probably with a tinge of amusement, had such an indefinable sweetness that I could not imagine how I, an utter stranger of a young man could be the recipient of this rare boon. It was so divinely human. We shall see later on how, after a good deal of wandering, I had to return to my native place, thus carrying out the plan that had obtained the mother's approval. How did this extraordinary meeting take place? Well, many surprises overtake us in a manner strange to our outward eye, and exceeding nature's groove. Life voyages on an uncharted sea. This is particularly true for those who are meant to embrace a spiritual life. At least it was so in my case. When I look back, I cannot rationally explain some decisive turns my life has taken without any preconceived plan. And yet, as I string together these disparate events, the culmination I reached seems inevitable and predestined. To mention one or two such inexplicable events: my going abroad with my niece for medical studies, and not as I had desired, for law, was a sheer desperate venture. For my education had been non-scientific by deliberate choice. I did not like cutting human bodies, dead or alive. Besides other unaesthetic adjuncts of medical science. Further, people dubbed my ambitious project a dawn quixotic adventure because of my young age and inadequate financial resources to cope with a long 6-year course. But that I should go abroad was my adamantine resolve. And there in Europe, our meeting with Dilip Roy sealed my fate for a final renunciation, another quixotic dash. Most unexpectedly, my niece and I met him in Paris. He had come on a tour after his celebrated interview with Sriaurobindo. He stayed a few days with us in Edinburgh, and we came to know from him something about the mother, Sriaurobindo, and the ashram. But it was my niece who, being some sort of an idealist, was attracted by the idyllic picture of life in the ashram, while the picture of human bones and human cells loomed before my eyes and made the quest of matter dearer than that of the nebulous spirit. My physical crust was impermeable, too thick, to quote the Guru's later words. A seed was sown in the fertile emotional soil of my niece, and it sprouted so fast that on her way back to India she visited the ashram. Dilip, who made the ashram his home, welcomed her with a warm heart. He had hoped she would come one day for good. She had the exceptional privilege of meeting the mother at Dilip's place more than once and fell under the spell of her divine beauty. She wrote to me a glowing account of her unique experience and of her complete conversion to a new mode of life. At the same time, she urged upon me to visit the ashram when I returned to India. After taking my degree, I arrived all on a sudden at Pondicherry and presented myself to Dilip. Like a European with a stick in my hand but no hat on the head. For an instant, he gaped in wonder. When recognition dawned on him, he cried, "Oh, it's you! I could never imagine. Come, 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 sit down." He was as affable as ever. He arranged an interview with the mother, though she seemed to have remarked that I had not written to her anything about my visit. As I had no dhoti with me, he spared me one of his own and asked me to come to his house the next afternoon at the right hour. I felt quite embarrassed and did not know how to face the new test, even after passing so many tough medical examinations. My niece had given a very gracious picture of the mother to allay my fears. Still, I felt extremely ill at ease, particularly because I had no idea of spirituality at all, nor had I much love for it. Suppose the mother asked, "Do you want a spiritual life?" What answer would I give? Before starting, however, I thought I must take a bath. I felt even like praying a little. As soon as I sat down, my eyes closed and something startling happened of which my medical science had not dreamt even. I saw the upper part of my body suspended in the air for a few seconds and the lower part non-existent. Frightened like a child, I opened my eyes and the thing vanished. In a dazzled condition, I started for the ashram from my hotel. Dilip received me with his affectionate smile, which helped me regain my composure. "Come, let us start," he said. This is how the interview took place with its rapturous vision. Her look, her smile evoke celestial sense, even in earth's stuff, and their intense delight poured a supernal beauty on men's lives. Today I understand how I had that strange experience. The mother must have put some force on me in order to test my receptivity, and when at the meeting she found that the Adhara was not bad, she was happy. This is the explanation I offer to myself of the divine action. Perhaps there was more to it than I could sound. Probably it was also a form of initiation.